If you are building a course in Thinkific and still using static slides or PowerPoint, Canva's new tools make this 10 times faster. In this video, I'll show you how to create Canva presentations for Thinkific, make your lessons more interactive, and use Canva's new AI features to speed up course creation. I will also answer the most common Canva and Thinkific questions at the end, so make sure you stay tuned. A lot of course creators start with PowerPoint, not because it's exciting, but it's what they've had for years and already know how to use. But Canva has quickly become the go-to alternative because it feels just as familiar while being more visually engaging, easier to use, and most importantly, cost-effective. With PowerPoint, you need a paid subscription to the suite of Microsoft tools, either by the month or for an annual subscription. Canva, on the other hand, can be used for free or upgraded to a paid plan. On the free plan, you can create professional presentations, graphics, and course materials. Canva also lets you try their AI features on a limited basis so that you can see how they work before you decide you need more features and upgrade to a paid plan. If you upgrade, you unlock more advanced AI tools, a larger stock library, and features that make content creation even faster. The biggest difference, though, is engagement. Traditional slides often feel static, especially in online courses where attention really matters. Canva is built for visual communication. Its templates are modern, clean, and designed to guide the viewer's eyes instead of overwhelming them. That's why Canva works really well for Thinkific courses, whether you're teaching live or building a self-paced program. The biggest reason I'm updating this video is because Canva has added powerful tools that make course creation even easier. Instead of starting from a blank presentation, you can now use Canva's AI to help you design and generate the layouts, structure, and even write your course bullet points. With Magic Design, you can describe your target audience and ask them to design the entire slide deck for you. And Canva will do it automatically, and you'll see this in a later example. You can also use Magic Write to draft your slide text or bullet points and edit everything afterwards, because I highly recommend you edit it in your own voice. Or you can use Magic Write to polish and rewrite your existing bullet points and text. Remember that AI serves as your creative partner to help you get started faster and save you time. Now let's get started. Now let's begin our tutorial. Log into Canva. So open your browser, go to Canva's website, canva.com, and then once you're logged in, you will see this menu. Then go to this presentation in this orange one and click on Create New. Once you do that, you will see that I've already saved us some time and loaded up 2 tabs already. So there's 2 options that I'm going to demo here. This one is normally a blank. Now, when you start with a blank presentation, the question you're probably wondering is like, how do I start creating my course slides from a blank presentation? That's where Canva comes in really handy, and you can leverage either their templates, which you can see here, and they can even help you with the layout in this layout tab. Or if you're like, I'm going to start with AI first, that is perfectly fine as well. And if you want to start with AI, then you can see that AI can do a really great job when you're very precise. So let's start off first with first of all, you have a blank template and you're teaching a marketing and business class, and you're looking for a specific marketing and template. So you're looking for a marketing and business type template, and what you can do is type in marketing, business. Oh, I didn't spell marketing, but I think they get the hint. As you can see, they understand, so don't worry about the spelling. As you can see, they've given you some templates. So anything with this little like arrow, anything with this crown over the template design means you have to upgrade to Canva Business to use this premium template. I am primarily using Descript, so that's why I don't really have a Canva Premium Business account. But let's pick a template for business and marketing and explore these templates and layouts. Let's just use this one as an example. And we'll apply all 10 pages because we're just starting out to build our online course. Now, you can see in here that these are just, now that you see that this is all in here, you're like, great, I want to change some stuff. I want to replace this with my company logo. Go ahead and then go to uploads and then upload files and then upload your company logo or your brand logo and put it in here and then change the name or whatever. Then you can change the title, and then you can change the title here, and then this is where Magic Write will say, this is where the AI is really helpful. You can say transform it, rewrite it, continue writing, shorten it, make it more fun, more informal. You can even do a lot more, which I'll cover later. So now you're like, cool, it's given me it's given me a template, but now I want to change this text and make these bullet points, and I can use Magic Write to say I want to rewrite it, and it'll give me a rewrite, but I want to be more specific, like more like this. I can say more like this, but I want this in bullet points. And then Magic Write will take this existing text and make it in bullet points. And then if you're like, cool, then you'll just replace it. And then you can continue to expand. If it's too small, you can make it a little bit bigger because it's a little hard to read. It's a little hard to see. And then if you don't like some of the words, go ahead and just edit and or delete as you would if you were using PowerPoint. So that's how you do it. Now, if you say, oh, cool, this is great, but I want to make my presentation more dynamic, then what you can do is, if this is for an online course, you can take advantage of the animations. And so you can go to animate. And this is where I really want to emphasize that you don't, with Canva, they can make all of this a certain kind of animation, but you want to think thoughtfully and intentionally about animations. It's not necessarily that each slide has to pop up on the page. You want to think about the theme of your slide and your presentation and your audience, and what do you think would resonate with them. So maybe this is the first slide and I really want it to stand out. I really want it to pop. So then that's where I would click on pop because I want this to stand out. And I can do it on for both on enter and exit, or maybe just entering, so that when I land on this slide, then this will automatically pop up. Now, if I don't like pop, I can choose from other ones like burst. The idea is really choosing something that resonates with my audience, will get their attention and get them hooked in, because that's what really is important in a course, is getting students to pay attention. Now, there's so many more choices, which I won't go through, but you can play around. And then if you want to go even more, you can amplify the effects. But if you're in an online course, I don't necessarily recommend this effect of rotating because it can be very distracting. So now that I've showed you how to use this, I want to then show you how you can record. Now that you can see how to record, now that you see how to use the Magic Write to polish up your bullet points, the next thing I'm going to show you is how you can record the voiceover slides directly into each slide. Now, as I've said before, there are 10 ways to do everything, and apologies if I overwhelm you by giving you lots of examples. My goal is to try to give you lots of choices depending on what works for you. So there are 2 ways to record voiceover slides in this presentation for an online course. One, you can just record it individually with each slide. So you can go to presenter notes and then start making notes for this specific slide. So let's just say slide 2 is about my company, history, leadership, style, brand name, vision, and mission. So that's just some bullet points to get you started when you're recording. So then what you can do is go to uploads. And then as you can see, there's 2 options: upload files or record yourself. Now, record yourself is where you can record the audio. So you'll click on record yourself, and then this is where you can record what they call a talking head. You can also, now you can do a screen recorder for your desktop, and you can generate AI voice. So if I'm recording just voiceover without video, I can just go ahead and record the talking head. And then I'll show you a sample that I did where I recorded a talking head. And then if you're like, I'm not ready to, so as you can see, they'll give you the option to start recording camera. If you don't want your camera on here, you can just go to here and then click on no camera, and then they will remove the camera. And then you can click on the microphone that you want. And then this will allow you to start recording all the different voiceovers for each slide. And then when you're done, you click on save and exit, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to exit because I'm going to keep going. So now you see that's how you record voiceover slides. Now, if you wanted to record video, now if you're like, I'm not ready to record my audio, what I can do is go into generate AI voice, and then you can check out my other tutorial where I evaluate Lisa and Ralph. I didn't evaluate Carol and Richard, but I gave you some. You can check out my other tutorial where I evaluated Lisa and Ralph and my feedback on them as AI voices, and that I still think there's some limitations, but if you're on a budget and you don't have a lot of time, and if you're working with limitations, if you're working on a limited budget, then you can take advantage of the AI voice. I personally don't like it. I would personally rather you use Descript or 11 Labs and record your own audio and then upload it in here. So that's another option, is if you record the audio from Descript or 11 Labs, you can go into Uploads, upload your files, and bring in the audio. If I have a audio MP3, let's just take, I have an MP3 somewhere. Let's just take a fun audio from a course, and I've uploaded it. And as it's upload, I can upload the audio. It's a long audio. And then once I record the audio in another tool, I upload it here to Canva, and then I drag the file over this individual slide. So we'll just wait for it. And as we wait for it, I'll put some music in the background, and while we're waiting. And now the audio has been uploaded, thankfully. And then we're going to click on it and drag it to this second slide. So now they've added the audio to my timeline. And now here's something to note. As you can see, my audio file is much longer. And so I can always, so the audio, now that the audio has been uploaded, I can adjust it. I can fade it into the background. I can make it louder, or I can duplicate it for other slides. But what's important to remember is that, as many of you have seen, what's important to note and follow is that this audio is like a 3-minute audio file. As you can see in my timeline, it's dragging all the way until the end. So what I'm going to need to do is adjust this slide so that the audio matches this. I'm going to need to adjust the slides so that the timing of this audio syncs up with this slide. Otherwise, if I don't want this audio to carry over to the other slides, then I'm going to need to make some changes. So I can do a much more longer in-depth tutorial about that in another video, but that's one way of doing it. The other way is you can just record directly in Canva with your microphone, or you can upload and use an existing audio that you recorded using another tool and bring it into Canva for your slides. Just make sure the timing of your slide matches the audio. So if the audio is longer, then you need to drag this slide so that it matches the timing of the audio. Otherwise, this audio will carry over into all the other slides, which you may not want. Now let's go into the example where I used AI to build the entire. Now let's take a look at how you can use Magic Media to build the entire deck. So here is a sample that I created, and let's just look at a prompt. Let's just play around with Magic Media and prompt it for another deck. Help me create a online course template design for 18 to 20-year-old college students learning who are tech savvy and TikTok fans, TikTok users. And so I can give them this prompt. So you're probably wondering, okay, so with this prompt, this is a prompt that I used for so with this sample prompt, what I said to Magic Media was, help me create a deck to record an online course targeting Fortune 500 executives talking about business leadership and goal setting for 2026, and then generate image. So going back to this template design. So coming back to this template design, this was created using Magic Media. And so what I did was I went into Magic Media and I wanted to generate a specific design, and I said generate a deck design for a business leadership course targeting Fortune 500 executives. And then I'll click on submit, and then they will give me some designs, and that was one of the designs that you saw earlier, but they're giving me some other layouts here and templates. So Magic Media is their AI assistant. Magic Media is Canva's AI assistant, and it can help you to refine and draft and plan and design decks. So let's play with another design idea. Let's say I want a course design for a business leadership course targeting Gen Z college students. So they've given me some ideas, and I can pick from a slew of different ideas and see which one really resonates with college students. What would they like visually and aesthetic wise? So let's just pick one for fun and for testing purposes. Let's pick this one because it's appealing to college students, and this says and then you can look at this and have them apply the 10 pages, and this is one design that you can. And now that you have, then it gives you a design to start with, and then it says you want to replace all your current one with these, and I can say yes, or I can say no, I'm not going to, because I'm just giving you an example. Now, if you wanted to go into this presentation and record a video, you can go ahead and just directly look for this video option and click on record yourself, and it will pop up the menu to start recording video directly for this course. And then and then we'll wait for it. So you can see now this is my interface, and if I wanted to record, I can turn off my camera as you see and then hit record. And then the last two things that I want to show you is if you are delivering this course live on Zoom or on Teams or on whatever tool you use at your company and your business, you can go into what I call the interactive polling. This is another way to make your presentation and your course more effective. And so if you don't have this, what I would go to is go to apps. You may not see that on your side panel, but what I can do is go to apps and then type live poll, and then it will give me a lot of choices for live polling. And like I said, you can do this in other tools, but Canva is really quite accessible and quite easy to use. And this is where the interactive slides was, and that's the one once you click on it, it will load into your editing menu. And then now I'm going to collapse this so that we can go right into the interactive poll. And this is where they give you so many options to deliver your course live, virtually, or live in person in an engaging and dynamic way so that your audience isn't bored. And you can also, so as you see, there's an option for poll. You can do a leaderboard, you can do open-ended question, word count. I'm not going to go through all of this, but that's just to show you different ways that you can take advantage of interactive slides to interact with your audience and engage them. Now, the final most important thing is how do you export all of this into Thinkific? You'll just go into Share, and you'll want to go into Download. And this is where you want to download this as a MP4 video, because these are all going to have audio or video in each slide. And then you'll just click on download. And one thing to remember is that you can download them, all of them, as one video file, or what I recommend is to download each individual slide/page as its own video file to upload into Thinkific. The reason why I say that is better is because students like short lessons, and so if each page is designed to be one video lesson at 5 to 7 minutes each, then you'll want to download each of them as individual MP4 video at 1080p and then upload it directly into Thinkific. Before I wrap up, I want to answer some common questions that people have about using Canva with Thinkific. The first question that people have is, do students need a Canva account to view my lessons? No, because your students will not see the Canva link. What you're going to do is export the video as an MP4 and upload it into Thinkific. They will never need access to Canva. You will never give them the Canva link. The only time you're going to share the Canva presentation is with a designer or editor that you're collaborating with, or a co-instructor. The next question is a really good question. Should I embed my Canva presentations or upload videos to Thinkific? The answer is that the answer to that question is you want to export the videos as individual video lessons rather than you'll want to export each individual slide and page as its own MP4 video file instead of exporting it as one big presentation and uploading it into Thinkific. The reason why I say this is because it makes for a better user experience. The next question is, can I update my slides after my course is published? Absolutely. You can go ahead and change your slides or change the text and then re-export it at a later time, and then replace the lesson in Thinkific. The next question is a good question. Do I need Canva Pro? You can start with the free version, but Canva Pro, do I need Canva Pro? And you can start with the free version, but Canva Pro does save a lot of, you can always start with the free version, and if you feel like the free version is not working as well as you need it to, then you can go ahead and upload to the Pro and or Business Premium version. The one advantage of uploading to the Pro and or Business version is that you can upload your brand colors, your logos and fonts, and those defaults will already be saved, and you can apply that brand design to your project. The next question is, will AI make my course feel generic? I think that's a big question. AI helps with structure, with speed. AI is your creative partner, but never let AI replace you. As you can see from a couple of examples that I have shown, AI is always a work in progress, and so use AI with discretion. When I record these videos, I do start brainstorming with an idea, and then I take this idea and I put it into AI and I continue to refine it. But I think what also helps me when I record these, what helps me before I hit record on these videos, is that after I have polished it with AI, I make sure to read it aloud to ask myself, does that sound like me? Does that sound like Jean? And if something isn't feeling right in my gut, in my stomach isn't feeling like so confident about it, then I will just sit and play with it some more until I feel comfortable with it. It has taken me quite a few tries to get comfortable with what AI has polished. And I can give you another video in which I wrote something and then asked AI to polish it and kept it in my quote human voice, which did an excellent job. And so there are many positive but also limited examples. Always read it aloud to make sure it sounds okay with you and it feels okay with you in your gut before you're ready to go ahead and record and or publish it. And the last question, what is the biggest mistake people make with Canva presentations? What I see so often with clients is they tend to put too much text on their slides. And the main thing to understand is your slides are not to be meant to be read word for word. The bullet points on the slide are meant to guide you and to help you give talking points while you give more context as you speak and record the lesson for that specific slide. And so always keep your slides visual and let your voice do the teaching. So as I've shown you in this lengthy video, thank you for watching. Canva makes it incredibly easy to create beautiful, engaging lessons for your Thinkific course. Now with AI Magic Media and Magic Write, you really have a lot more creative tools at your disposal. And if you have questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to support my channel, I have affiliate links below, and you can specifically give Thinkific a try for 1 month free. I am a Thinkific expert, and I'm happy to answer any questions and help you with any as a Thinkific